Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, September 3rd. I'm Sonia Shrivastava. Thank you for joining us this evening. We begin with our top story. The Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority board meets to discuss the findings of an incident report on last month's non-passenger train derailment. Now, board members also got an update on actions taken since its release last week. Our Rochelle Metzger was at the meeting and she joins us with more. I'm sure that people had a lot to say.
Definitely, Sonia, some choice words for Metro's management team today from board members, one going so far as to say that he has no confidence whatsoever in the safety department. Now, this all at a special meeting to review an operations incident report from an August 6th derailment near the Smithsonian station and how it could have been prevented. The 5-car train that was involved was empty, but it severely impacted the morning commute on several rail lines, and it's now facing some serious operational concerns. The report blames the incident on failed rail fasteners and human error. Today, Metro Deputy General Manager Rob Trout took full responsibility and says the agency is doing everything it can to make sure there are checks and balances in place. Chief says 20 level black issues, the most serious, have been identified and corrected, although the main problem was detected a month prior. It wasn't fixed because a technician mistakenly deleted it.
We brought a new piece of equipment in here that was more than normal for a transit agency, for the purpose of doing everything that we wanted it to do. We did not. We admitted that there was human error, and we admit that there were process errors.
What I do know is that the quality of our track inspections has to improve. It's not a quality of our track inspector.
We're looking at the role of redundancy in processes and procedures is to ensure that we've thought of everything that we need to do to ensure that there are checks and balances. We're looking at that role within the rail organization as well as within the safety organization, and certainly this process is going to lead to some changes.
Now, that technician and a supervisor have since resigned. The safety department investigation is ongoing. Meanwhile, board members today very concerned. They called on the WMATA management team to get some fresh eyes on the problems that the system is having. And Metro says it is bringing in a third-party contractor who will review their final report once it's complete. Board members told the WMATA executives they need to right the ship, and they said they're working on what they can do to do just that.
Yeah, I'm sure people have a lot to say on this, and of course, a lot more to come on this one as well.
Definitely. That full report is expected to be complete and submitted to the interim general manager as well as a tri-state committee sometime in October.
All right. Thank you, Rochelle. Well, the Department of Homeland Security and the Transportation Security Agency also held a news conference today to highlight rail security measures. It comes in the wake of a terrorist attack aboard a Paris-bound train that was thwarted by 3 Americans and a Brit. Our Byron Scott is going to pick up that story. Byron, that is a concern as well.
It is. We're talking about heightened rail security, and a program called Rail Safe goes into effect this weekend through Labor Day. Now, again, we said rail service, the Operation Rail Safe beginning through the holiday. Now, on average, 86,000 people ride on 300 Amtrak trains a day. The system covers 46 states, the District of Columbia, 3 Canadian provinces, and has 500 stations nationwide. So it's a big system. Operation Rail Safe is a program that highlights security measures at Amtrak stations. Nationwide, riders will see increased security presence, random baggage checks, and patrols of stations and rights-of-way. This is the 5th Operation Rail Safe event this year.
It's important to highlight for the public all the good work that is being done for rail safety. We always, in Homeland Security and in law enforcement in general, learn from, adapt to things that occur. We want to stay one step ahead of the next attempt or the next attack, but we're always adapting, we're always evolving, and we're always learning from different experiences. But rail safety in general is not new, and I believe, and those behind me believe, that it's important that we highlight for the public the things that are done for rail safety and encourage people to continue to use public transportation.
There have been more than 50 rail safe events since the program began in 2010. So today, Union Station, you saw a lot of TSA agents, a lot of Homeland Security, K9s walking around, hoping to make people feel a lot safer.
Yeah, and with the holiday weekend ahead, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be getting on those trains.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for that report, Byron. Well, Maryland's 56th governor is laid to rest today after funeral services in Pikesville. Governor Marvin Mandel was buried at the Lakemont Memorial Gardens in Davidsonville. Friends, family, and colleagues remembered Mandel, who passed away on Sunday at the age of 95.
I think for me that's a very powerful part of what Mandel has given the state. He's put government in a position to serve people better. And I think a lot of the governors have since then have tried to honor that in many, many ways. And I remember my time with the governor and talking with him as we were looking at making certain reforms during our administration. He was very instrumental in helping us do that. So he was a good man in that regard.
The family has requested that in lieu of flowers, contributions be made to the ALS Association in the name of Jean Dorsey Mandel, the former governor's second wife, who died in 2001. Pardon me. Meantime, a Waldorf man is arrested by La Plata authorities for using social media to make a racial threat. Police say Carlos Hollings was apprehended yesterday. The department was notified about a tweet he allegedly sent stating, quote, "Kill all the white people in the town of La Plata," end quote. The 20-year-old is now facing charges for threats of mass violence. Meanwhile, South Carolina prosecutors say they will seek the death penalty for the man charged in the Emmanuel AME church shooting of 9 people in June. Court documents were filed earlier today pursuing the execution of Dylan Roof. Now, in addition to the murder counts, the 21-year-old is facing federal charges, including hate crimes. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Sonia Srivastava.